Welcome, everybody. I'm Alfred Lambremont Weber, and it's a great privilege and pleasure to be today with C60 EVO CEO Patty Greer. And she's got some fresh news, and we're a new scientific and social perspective. And I'm just going to turn it over to her because things are really rolling. Patty, tell us.
Things are really rolling, as we're getting close to a new president and a new cabinet in America. You're having amazing turmoil in Canada as well, with, the people finally telling Trudeau what they feel and his cabinet crumbling all around him, which I'm not seeing riots and fights in America. I think we're finally getting it that, my other hat. We the people have spoken. Kind of
That
love,
is neat.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging it. But most important for us as a company, C60 Evo, is this gang hat, which is from Bobby Kennedy Jr.'s team directly, Make America Healthy Again. And it's because we've sent three different collection sets of our amazing product to Bobby Kennedy Jr. And now that he's the head of Health and Human Services any minute, um, I think it's really a great time to look at why he would accept a gift like this the second and third time is because it works. And
Amazing. So Bobby Kennedy Jr. is using C60 Evo now.
I wish I could say yes for sure, but I
Yeah.
haven't been there on the receiving end. I just have a friend that tours with him, so I've got my own backstage pass to Bobby.
Oh,
But
that's
what we
amazing.
learned after sending the first box was that we needed to have it blessed in a church for him
Oh,
to
wow.
receive it. And so the second and third collections, we did that. And I don't think they would have said yes to shipping again if he wasn't receiving it warmly. But
Great.
again, haven't been able to get any, you know, for sure, but I did get a nice hat and t-shirt that I haven't seen anybody else has. So I think this is kind of my private gang hat for Bobby. I've got my private gang beanie for Roseanne Barr. And yeah, I think that as we move through life in this coming year, we're going to see so much evolution in the field of health, and we're going to get into breakthrough remedies instead of old pharma that's hurting people's health. And he's going to bring out so much about fluoride in the water. What are we thinking? They don't do this in other countries. But worse is the toxins in the food that they're selling children, in the baby formulas, even. But I think when we get a year or two out and all of America and the rest of the world gets the same news, not these two paradigms of news that don't match, that don't meet anywhere in the middle, which is why most people are really conflicted and confused that are still thinking in the old ways. But people that are doing breakthrough thinking are smart enough, in my opinion, to understand the difference between carbon 60 fullerenes, which we sell for industrial grade, and ESS60, which is only made in our lab anywhere in the world. It's only us. And this is the stuff for people and pets. Very different than industrial grade, which is an interesting and unfortunate thing that's happening in the C60, carbon 60 industry, is that a lot of the other dealers, and they are dealers, are just making it in basements and garages with Chinese industrial grade C60. And they're making the same claims as the stuff that's come out of our lab, which is pure ESS60.
Well,
And the difference,
maybe that's that. I told you, I shared earlier that Bobby was actually bivouacked and stationed at our family home in Brownsville, Texas, during his uncle's campaign for president. When Ted Kennedy ran for president, he became very close friends with my mother, and And so he's very open, and maybe that's something eventually that you can bring to Bobby's attention, that that uh, that that there's now that we have the distinction of safe for human consumption, there should be standards, safety standards that are applied throughout the industry so that we don't have abusive companies and persons trying to profiteer on the backs of the health of persons, of naive consumers. So that's something that just came to me, that might occur. Yeah.
I'd love that. I mean, when people take a whole pile of supplements, they pay 35 to 58 to $100 per bottle of supplement. And then you take 4 or 5 or 10 a day, and you don't even realize how much you're spending, which I used to do because I needed it for this and that, I would think. And then I started taking the C60 EVO every morning in my coffee, and I would forget to do my supplements. And then I realized after a month of forgetting, my little white box of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the different pills each day, I realized I feel better without all that, even though each one might serve a purpose. And I'm going to look at them energetically again now that I've survived 2 hip surgeries, full hip replacements this year, with effortless healing, taking this crazy oil.
Oh,
This is why
yeah.
this is why I swear by it, because it works for me. And I'm looking at your hair, and you have inspired me. I'm trying to grow my hair out now because of
Well,
you.
listen, I say go for it. And ever since our last month's interview with, for me, was new science and groundbreaking. And that is, we were sharing the scientific discovery brought to us and confirmed by the by the scientists of a C60 EVO, Chris and others, of the positive effect on the pineal gland, which is the human, sort of that's what makes us human in a way. Uh, because of these breakthrough projects that I'm involved in, I've been sharing with you that every morning, just to get, with all these new projects and new energy, uh, because I published uh, uh, some interviews, one particular interview showing that the incoming president of the United States is actually probably going to be the disclosure president. In fact, going back to his first term. And um, uh, I've been starting my day with 5 teaspoons of C60 EVO because I've got a lot. We're starting 2 courses at omniversity.net right after January 20th. And we've got a new book coming out trying to unify the planet Earth and the planet Mars for the first time ever for peace in the solar system, with a book called Peace in Space. So, and I'm actively supporting my pineal gland as much as I can. Now that I know that that's a science, I had an intuition. Well, how is this working? And suddenly you came and said from Quetzalcoatl, and I actually went to a meeting, the first meeting of the new Pope down in Mexico. Um, and I met the Pope there down in Mexico, right next to the pyramid of Quetzalcoatl in Mexico, right next to Mexico City, to Puebla, Mexico. So it was the pyramid of Quetzalcoatl. So there's so many synchronicities that are happening now. I just can't believe it, but over to you.
Yeah, synchronicities. Imagine when we look back on this chapter of Bobby Kennedy Jr. without a shirt on, just finished his sit-ups and pull-ups on camera. And Dr. Admiral Queen King It They Them, Rachel Levine in the same position. And it's such a juxtaposition of this chapter in human history of absolute beyond stupidity choices by the leaders. The last, I think, probably the last lost Democrat leaders in history. I think that they've done such a number on America and the world that when all the people awaken and realize, oh my God, was I brainwashed? I'm so sorry to my neighbors, family, friends that I insulted you tinfoil people. It's like now they're going to come to us and say, can you explain that a little bit more? I think we're going to see a lot of that. And those of us that are taking C60 Evo, I'm sorry to act like it's not a cult. It's a healing remedy modality, but I believe that the people who are just living in a higher consciousness are going to handle these changes a lot better. People that have known for years, like we have, about the layers of corruption. But this has really been a volcano where we've got the Diddy files and the Epstein files and Chuck and Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and all these people just boasting about their greatness and Biden's sanity and Kamala's going to be the Queen of America because she's so well spoken. I'm being very facetious. Um, I think that we're going to really have a painful wake up call where we're going to need our tinfoil hat friends like you and me to lovingly say, well, my pronouns are told you so, with all due
Well,
respect.
but you know, now it's science because we can point to the pineal gland. So this is a scientific breakthrough, and it's you know, people can really point to it. Anytime that you'd like to share, we've got the home page, the C60 Evo experience, the easiest holiday shopping ever, ready
Yet, not
whenever
yet.
you'd like to go to it.
Right. Well, you've brought up the pineal gland, which I have met my pineal gland efforts to clean mine up in the last few months. And I've done some physical exercises along with the Evo. But we asked Chris, my scientist partner, what is it about the pineal gland and the brain that would be affected well by the Evo? And he explained it as this. It's not a micro, it doesn't affect the human body on a micro level, but rather on a macro level, which is really teeny. And it affects us from the inside out through our mitochondria, which every cell is filled with mitochondria. But the brain is the most dense of all, and the pineal gland is quite dense as well. And he said that the brain has millions of mitochondria per cell. And so it's highly affected by the Evo. And I can say that you're 82, you're still writing books that are massive, you're still putting out articles and showing up for shows with all kinds of people at 82, and you're not even affected. Your hair is growing, you look amazingly healthy, and now you're up to 5 teaspoons because why not? You can. I find that when I get sick or my family gets sick, I say double up the Evo. It's 125 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant in a peer-reviewed paper. And all the peer-reviewed papers and tests come from our lab. They're using the ESS60 compared to what most people sell online, which is unfortunately industrial grade C60, most of it from China. And my partners have been experiencing the I'm going to call it the odd couple of the C60 industry. They keep bumping into the Chuck Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi of C60 world. And
Oh,
it's
boy.
really funny because Chris and Robert have been doing this 33 years. And Chuck and Nancy are still yelling things that are like January 5th, you guys are criminals. Trump is a criminal. And it's like, you guys are so outdated, being repulsive. And here we are, every industry I get into, there's like the integrity and the consciousness, and then there's the imposters, and they're everywhere. And now we are dealing with massive drone imposters just so that we could fail at Project Bluebeam. I think that's just their ultimate fail. They're going to try and still scare people by upping the game, but I think we know well enough to get the heck over it. Like, I think we've gone as a planet into a higher consciousness where we said, no, we're not going to play your games. Where's my other favorite hat? Where's the other? Oh, here it is. This is my other hat that I'm wearing now, which is We the People have spoken.
Right.
All right. I mean, I'm not going to put it on yet, but I just feel like the fight is almost over with the people that were really trying to destroy the planet. Sell off the border wall. What are you kidding? Yell about my scientists saying they're doing something wrong. And it's like, I don't know. It's like Kmart yelling at Saks Fifth Avenue. That would be an American joke. But we're really seeing a lot of it, and it's just coming to the surface to be healed, in my opinion. You know,
Right.
the criminal behavior is just so blatant, so blaring, but now we see it for what it is. And very soon, we're going to have real leaders and a real cabinet that aren't focused on transing your child or getting you on heavy drugs. I did just bump into Carol Rosin. Remember her?
Oh, you did. Oh,
Yeah,
that's great.
we just had a conversation because I had to call her and say, Carol, what is it about the drones? And she and I, all we could do was laugh. Now, Carol Rosin, for our audience, was working with Werner von Braun, a Russian scientist, kind of a creepy guy, but he was trying to get her to go public about the fact that when our government becomes so corrupt that they start tripping over their own feet or falling down on camera, like our president has done too many times, they're going to pull what, sorry, that was rude. I guess God made me cough. They're going to pull what's called the last card, the dirty government. And the last card is a fake alien invasion. And so all these drones that are so freaking obvious, but they're doing some the size of SUVs right over people's houses. So people go, eek, eek. We got to look at it for what it is, which is the last ditch effort of a dying breed of liars. And I feel like the C60 industry, we're seeing a dying breed of liars also. The UFO industry, it used to be the field of ufology, but it died. Now it's just a dying breed of liars. And I'm sorry to say it, but everything's been infiltrated so thoroughly that even dark pharma is just blatantly obvious. You can't sue them for what they did to billions of people. I don't think that's going to hold up very much longer. All these pardons of real criminals, I don't think that's going to hold up much longer. So we're kind of living in this fantasy world. And the only reason I'm so friggin' focused is because I take this product and I swear by it. And I
Right.
don't miss a day. I put it in my morning coffee and I don't miss a day. And you take 5 spoonfuls. I
Right.
take a tablespoon is 2.5. So I spill my tablespoon. So I probably do 3, but 5, go, dude.
Oh,
No
yeah.
wonder you're on fire.
Yeah, yeah, that is, why not? I mean, we live in these times that it's better to be with your afterburners going at these times, right? I mean,
Yeah.
look at what happened the last 48 hours in this country that I'm sitting, right? And I think that I can I can attribute that to two things. Number one, the planetary ascension that we're all going through, which is what you've been talking about, right? Which is why the higher vibrations are happening. And the best way to get through that is with a firmly ascending pineal gland and with the C60 EVO. Uh, and also, uh, uh, because our prime minister went to visit his cousin to the south and he got bumped, right?
He went to lick some shoes with Zuckerberg. There's a lot of people licking the shoes of Trump who they called all these different names, which I won't even repeat. They're insulting. And the woman that tried to sue him for something that he didn't do, it's insulting to all Americans.
No,
But when we look back on this chapter at what the judges and the mayors and the senators and the congresspeople did on purpose because they knew that they were on Epstein's list, Diddy's list, not Santa's list. Oh, we have a new movie in America with Jack Black. This child misspelled Santa, and he spelled it Satan instead. So Satan came
right.
down the chimney. Draw the line. I mean, I just saw the preview and I'm just like, really? This is the end of you guys. Boulder, Colorado, we have a historic downtown Chamber of Commerce building right on the Pearl Street Mall. It's been there since, I don't know, the 1920s. They just reestablished it as a landmark for LGBTQ plus IA, FBI, CIA, whatever the rest of it is. My town of Boulder, Colorado is now homes are being drained of their wealth by Venezuelan gangs because they're all taking over the apartment buildings in Aurora, Colorado, where 12 years earlier we had that shooting of probably an MK Ultra victim. Recently we had another shooting and it was a trans medicine child that shot up all these kids. And so the combination of poisoning America, one person at a time through the fluoride in the water, the chemtrails in the sky, the food in the grocery store, if you don't know better, and the news that's an absolute pile of lies. If you don't feed your brain, you're going to have a really hard time with the evolution, but I think that the evolution is so big and so thorough now that we're just going to all hold hands and bring it back with a lot of love. And this product is why I've still got a good attitude. Nobody can break me anymore. I've had two attempts on my life, probably three, and I don't care anymore. Those people are going away with the ship. They're going down with the dirty ship. You know, the pirates can only be out on the sea stealing from people so long. And now we have encircled them with a new cabinet, and Canada will be soon to follow because, as America says, we're going to put big tariffs on you if you don't close the border. If they don't close the border, the people are going to notice that all their expenses are going up because they don't have a leader. We haven't had a leader for 6 months, maybe 4 years, but they've put this thing in, the Joe Obama puppet, and it's been quite the dance. But for them to still be locking up innocent people, grandmothers that were at the Capitol that day that maybe didn't go in, but there's people out that burned down police stations and, all the BLM members and all those gangs. They all got away with everything. I think the tables will turn when we have real men and real women back in power rather than a clown show supported by Soros. Um, People are going to be waking up. And all I can say is stop taking all those supplements with a lot of crap in it that don't work. get yourself a simple bottle of C60 Evo coconut oil in the morning in your coffee or olive oil anytime during the day, preferably earlier because it's so strong. This is a huge bottle,
And
huge.
and that is a message for both sides of the border, uh, uh, in Turtle Island, as they say, for the south and the north of Turtle Island, the 49th parallel.
Well,
Very
people have
good.
got to people have got to get nice again, and
Oh,
if you sleep well, you're going to do better all day long. The thing about Evo, C60 Evo, is that when you bring your body to a balance, you're going to have more energy all day long and sleep better at night. It's like a
oh, sure.
really nice cycle. The
Should,
last, I
should we
just want
go
to ask you one question.
to the page? Do you think?
Yeah, but I want to ask you one quick question.
Yeah.
I remember about a year ago when you said I need to quit C60 Evo. I need to quit taking it for a while and see how I do. And then you came back and doubled your dose.
Oh yeah,
Um,
because
Tell me about that.
my velocity and my acceleration went, ew. I stopped supporting my pineal gland. It was just, it was dumb. And so I just stopped and I went, rip, hey, sorry. So it was a good reality test.
Yeah, I think that anybody that tries it is going to see the difference. And as you peel away all those expensive other supplements, you're going to go, wow, this is cheap. The facial serums that we do also, if you've got a counter full of all these different creams and lotions and serums that you can't pronounce the ingredients, people ought to try this C60 Evo Advanced Facial Serum. It's all natural, absolutely beautiful product. And you get really quick results, which is really, really nice. We have another skin serum that's got a peptide formula as well. And this is the C60 Evo Youth Renew Duo. The reason it's two bottles is because we don't want to add chemicals and emulsifiers. So this is the peptide in a cream. This is the oils, the ESS60, and you blend it fresh in the palm of your hand. You get really incredible results, especially when you're doing the Evo on the inside. We do also have cat and dog formulas, which you can use for any animal, but the dog formula has the same olive oil, which is the strong one, plus a little bacon essence, and the cat formula has salmon essence, and they absolutely love it. We hear, and for people that travel, we recommend the capsules because they won't take it out of your
Mhm.
carry-on luggage. And so these are great. You have to take six to be a teaspoon, but no big deal. It's worth it. And then we have avocado oil. So three flavors of oil, MCT, avocado, and olive oil, olive being the strongest, and MCT being half as strong. Avocado's almost as strong, and I recommend you just take it on a spoon before noon. It's quick, you get it done. If you need the olive oil's real olive oil, so it's got a strong peppery flavor goes in the back of your throat. Just chase it with water. If it's too strong for you, most people that love olive oil go, wow, this is the good stuff. It is. We buy from the same farm regularly, not Costco, like what used to be considered competition. And our newest product is the C60 Evo Rich Body Cream with tangerine, and it smells so good and it is wonderfully moisturizing. And now you can pull up your landing page if you would.
Yeah, yeah. I really let me just put here we go.
And if people wonder if it really is good for anti-aging, you're 82, I'm 71, and we're still cooking with gas. So I think we're kind of two walking testimonials still fully in our brains, and we've had all kinds of attacks. So effortless holiday shopping, we do the gift wrapping, we send it in really pretty colored tissues, and all you need to do is give us an address. There's the dog formula and the dog lover set, which is one for you, one for your dog. These are gift sets, and we just put a mixture together of wonderful products, and you'll save 15% off each product when you get a gift set. So we take that price off, and then you can purchase it for a nice discount. If you sign up for a monthly subscription, you're going to save 20% off every order. And if you don't love it, you can cancel it anytime. Very easy. Yeah. So,
And,
website.
and they
Oh,
even set out our coupon code here.
oh, of course. No matter what you get, you're going to go and use the EVO ALW at checkout to get another 10% off. So there's the 15% or the 20% discounts, and we also do 25% if you buy a case of any item. And no matter what you get, use EVALW at checkout for another 10% off whatever discounts you've already gotten. So here we have the olive oil, different size bottles. They come 4 ounce, 8 ounce, 16, and 32 was the huge one I held up, or the capsules. And everything is offered at a price or a subscription price, which is 20% less. We highly recommend it. And most of our company sales are resubscribed. So we have a regular group of lots and lots of people. Here's all these other sets. There's the uh, pet lover set, the cat lover set, the dog lover set, which is one for you, one for your pet. And again, you can do it as a subscription and save 20%. Testimonials all over the place. And we're not allowed to make medical claims, but we are allowed to share yours. So we encourage people to let us know. Today, I got an incredible one from people with autism that had
Oh,
wonderful results. So, yeah, you're tapping the shop net best sellers. I mean, the olive oil and the advanced facial serum are the best sellers. And here's my partners, real scientists in the field of ESS60 and industrial grade C60. This is Chris Burris, Robert Wong. They've been at it for 33 years, selling to research institutions around the world. They're the only real scientists in the C60 industry, in my opinion, that know what they're talking about. And we are hearing more and more things that are actually just kind of humorous because it's an industry that a lot of people think, oh, wow, we could make a lot of money, but they don't realize you have to burn carbon graphite rods at a heat of the sun to make real C60. And in America, I believe there's only one lab doing it, and that's us for 33 years. There's one in Canada, there's one in Wuhan, China, and those are the three that I know of. But if you want to buy American made from real scientists that have been doing this for 33 years, you're going to want to go to C60EVO and shop for ESS60. It's what Alfred and I have been doing for years. We just had our 5 year anniversary, and even through COVID, business was great because, needless to say, they were, hiding ivermectin and hiding hydroxychloroquine. And here we have two things that are even curing the big C now. But we also have 5 different clinics of the Big C problem that are buying C60 Evo by the case. So we know because I've asked them, do you sell it? And he said, no, it's daily protocol for the people in the clinic. So when these rats in 2012 were tested with our C60 Evo and olive oil, not only did they live 90% longer than the control group, but they also died without any tumors, which was historic. And in my opinion, those two details are equally important: no tumors and extension of life. A lot of people are saying, well, God, I don't want to live twice as long as I have to feel like this. But again, you've got something lubricating your joints and muscles and clearing up the mitochondria all through your body This is a very potent and powerful miracle molecule. It won the Nobel Prize in 1996 for a reason, because it was the most exceptional molecule in almost every application tested. So, C60EVO.com/Alfred LW. Is that what it is?
Yeah, EVALW.
Okay. Well, trust us. Try at least a bottle. Sign up for a monthly subscription to save 20%. Use Alfred's code to get another 10% off. And if it doesn't improve your life, I'll be amazed.
That is just awesome. Yeah, it's like we came into the molecule, and I remember being with Buckminster Fuller. I mean, he's on with us here in the background, and after whom the fullerene was named, the 60 C60 fullerene molecule that got the Nobel Prize, and being with him at the university there uh, uh, with Futurist Barbara Marx Hubbard, founding the World Good News Network that we're broadcasting now, the World Good News. So it's like all of a package. I mean, it's like all of a package. Okay, I'll be with this package.
What goes around, if you're lucky, comes around.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, Happy New Year. Happy
Happy
holiday.
New Year. I was reading that 2025, they were saying 2025, get ready for the ascension. So I think that this is like an ascension broadcast. And remember to bring your C60 Evo is an ascension accelerator, because it's all about consciousness. And C60 Evo is a consciousness accelerator. And I think that that's what our generation was all about, consciousness acceleration.
We're lucky to be here at this time.
Yeah.
Last few years have been definitely questionable, frankly creepy. Learning all these.
Sorry, I missed the beginning of that sentence. What?
Oh, I said the last few years have been challenging,
Oh,
a
yeah,
little creepy. We who were listening to the Congress and your parliament learned terrible things about our politicians. I mean, what a bunch of scammers. But again, you've got to bring it to the surface to expose it and heal it to clean
right.
it. So we're in it. We are in it to win it. And which hat am I now? Oh, yeah. We the people have spoken.
Okay, indeed.
So make
Hey,
Canada and make America healthy again. Get yourself
okay.
some C60 Evo. Try the organic olive oil first because it is a banger. And if you only have a little bit of money to spend, just get the 4-ounce bottle. And I think that you will find that maybe whatever you have on your counter that you buy monthly for yourself or your vitamin C supplements, you're not going to need any of that because C60 Evo, if you read the testimonials, it covers so many elements. And we made it into a body cream because it works for everything. We made it into a face serum because it helps rejuvenate the cells. It's so clearing and healing. Oh, we're not allowed to say that. Erase. There's so many words we're not allowed to say now. So I'll just say, read the little thing, the little card that comes with the products, and it'll tell you all the things that I'm not allowed to say here. But boy, oh boy, I feel so blessed to have this product in my life, and I'm excited for 2025. Glad to be alive. Yay, evolution.
Amen. And a women.
All right, guys, stay
Okay,
wealthy. We'll see you next year.
amen.